Hey, it's Daniela. Today we will talk about culture. So first, what is culture?
The culture is the social behavior and norms found in human society. Culture is considered a central concept in anthropology.
Two types of culture. First, non-material culture. Those intangibles such as ideas, beliefs, values, and knowledge. The other one is material culture. Those are the tangible, like clothes, foods, and houses, material and non-material.
Now, let's talk about the different concepts of culture.
Philippines was colonized by Spanish for 300 years. American for 30 years, and Japanese for 3 years.
That's why Philippines is rich in culture.
It affects how we dress, in our food, and our beliefs and religion.
Culture around the world is dynamic. It is changing.
Number 1. Culture is changes.
There are three main things why culture change.
Number 1, meeting environmental crisis like revolution, world war, and people power.
Responding to intrusion by outsider. American, Spanish, and Japanese has a contribution in our language. Kue?
What? Evolving internal behavior and values. Crisis plus demands by outsider leads to evolving internal behavior and values.
Maria Clara was the traditional clothes worn by women in the Philippines.
Today, as the time passed by, the way that women dressed evolved. Modern fashion became more revealing, like ripped jeans, shorts, and skirts.
As the population grows every year, the supply demands increases.
Growth is not a simple effect of cultural change but is a both cause and effect of that change. Like all changes in population size, growth in population is the result of the balance between these processes, and the present size of any population is the result of previous balances.
Filipino values are observed among Filipinos' family. But today, there is a gap between the family members.
They want to build their own family. Work demands, priorities, and social standards.
Number 2. Culture is learned.
Learning. Learning starts at home, in our family, in our parents. As we grow older, we learn culture. From our parents who taught us our first lesson, in a friend who taught us the importance of friendship, in churches who teach us faith and believing in God, and in school who teach us the importance this of learning process is called enculturation.
The culturation happens when the culture of the older generation comes into conflict with the needs and realities of the younger generation.
Acculturation. Culture can be modified to accommodable desirable traits from other culture, like learning their language, their alphabet, and their passions.
Culture affects biology. Many of us alter or change something in our body, face, and physical appearance to reach the standard of beauty. One of the examples is Zilla in South Africa. At the age of 5 years old, they start to wear a neck rings made up of copper. They add the ring every year. Yes, every year. What if you live 60 years long? Can you imagine how long your neck can be? Maybe it looks like this one. Thanks that she survived wearing that many neck rings. Another example is the nose plug in a Patani tribe. Why do they put nose plugs? They don't put nose plugs for the reason of beauty. Why? They put it to cover their beauty, so they would not be noticed by the raiders. In Mercy tribe, they put lip plate to be more attractive. Foot binding in China, or also called lotus feet. Plastic surgery. Let us all be realistic. Many of us base beauty in physical appearance. That's why many people undergo to a surgery. To become more attractive, presentable, and to be in on what is trending.
Culture is shared. Culture is shared through family, from the older one to the younger child. It can also be shared through friends.
Example of shared culture is pagmamano.
It was practiced by Filipinos since then. Also, it was shared through generations. From the generation of your grandparents up to today's generation. Another example of culture that can be shared is
Using hands while eating or pagkakamay in Tagalog. Even the foreigners who visits the Philippines are willing to use their bare hands while eating. We can say that is a culture if there is only one practicing it.
a culture must be practiced by many people.